Alrighty, welcome to Elden Ring. Welcome back to On-Ground Phenotype. Today I'm going to be playing through Elden Ring. This will likely be an hour or so per episode. I'm not sure what I want to do for a build because, as I've mentioned in some of my previous streams playing Elden Ring Randomizer, I'm not completely sure about where this goes, because I've never completely beat the game, and that is the goal of this series. Go from level 1 to however high, and beat every single boss in the game. Some episodes will only be fighting one boss, other episodes will be a bit more running around and just generalized exploring. I will aim to not skip any bosses. I will aim to get as many collectible items as possible. But as I have previously mentioned, I have never played this game completely. Therefore, I am not sure where all of the items are. So, we're just going to go ahead and go with a Sword and Board Faith build. I'm going to grab Stone Sword Keys because I like them more than most of the alternatives. A little bit of background knowledge about me while we're going through this intro area. I'm a small-time content creator. I post one episode a day for most of my videos. I will be playing mostly Souls-like games. I plan to eventually have all of the Dark Souls games and even Sekiro up on this channel, along with several different modded versions of Elden Ring. I'll eventually go, after I beat Dark Souls, I'll do Dark Souls Arc Thrones as well. And aside from this basic Souls-like games, I plan to play various different games on either here or Twitch that come with the Souls-like tag on Steam. And aside from those games, I will be primarily using RPG-style games and such to kind of flesh out the channel some more and grab a few different viewers. The goal of my YouTube channel for right now is recording videos while I'm unable to be able to stream on Twitch. So, that's just a little bit of background information. I probably won't yap too much unless it's about this game. And we're off to it. I have beaten the tutorial cave a couple dozen times, so this will be a walk in the park. But it's just so that I can beat the Soldier of God, right? Because he is technically a boss, even though he's just a regular old enemy. Come on, parry. His movements are so delayed. They're really hard to parry. Fine. Just kill you. I was trying to get the 14 runes from parry. Getting a critical strike that way, but alas. Alas, poor Horatio. We knew him well. This guy, I'll get as many runes. Great, easy parry. A wall? Why could I not parry him? Fine. Be that way. I don't know why he wouldn't parry. It's weird. Normally I can parry him with very minimal issues. It's probably because it's a medium shield instead of the buckler that I normally use. I have a love for the Reduvia and buckler combo. I eventually want to do a build using it. I don't know if it'll be published on this channel or not, but I probably will be doing that in some of my off time. I am also looking at getting some clip editing software. I've downloaded a couple that I'm going to be using this recording as kind of test dummy, so you may in the future see some of the clips of me playing Elden Ring. It'll be primarily the bosses, honestly.
Are you familiar? You may all that. It will lead even if it. Great. To castle, the home.
Seeing as I plan to take this build in kind of the Holy Paladin manner from some RPGs, I will get Sacred Blade, and hopefully I can get the Brass Shield, because it has no skill, and that'll allow me to imbue my blade with extra holy damage. I think it's only like an extra flat 100, but a little more damage is a little more damage. Completely. Let's go get Torrent from Melina. Or as many of us Elden Ringers call her, the waifu. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, by the way. I've been getting 68. Do I get 77? I get 77 for counterattack. Interesting. But I only get 68 for back. 64 if I damage them prior to counter. Okay. So for the most rune gain, I need to block or parry, counterattack, and then critical hit. Okay. Now, do I want to do a tank build, which is sword and board, or do I want to do a more ret style build where I utilize a two-handed sword? Hmm. I think I might do a ret build if I can use this two-handed sword you get from in here. Can. I have some throwables. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it's... The rest of these guys are small fry. There are a couple more people here that I could kill, but I really only wanted that out of this fort. The extra runes were pretty nice, but not needed. I'm gonna go finish setting up my early game build. Rest of the grace and pastime until morning. I'm not terribly concerned about leveling up right now, because we'll have plenty of time to level up later. I also happen to know several different farms for runes, depending on your level of patience. So if you're just really wanting to level up early, then I know a couple places, and I will be showing them to you throughout the episodes as I get to the area.
Hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the...
Go ahead and run through his
Hello.
dialogue, and
Sorry
then we'll
to
kill him
keep
once he's
you
back to his
untouched. I
base.
want you to tonight what my food? Oh, I fret not. Celebrate.
A lot of people just kill him here. I
I
find it
like to
easier to
say
kill him once he's at his
first, but
base,
he
since we're
then
gonna go
begins
there anyway.
to think. Yeah.
Like, it's just one stop, just barely out of the way after the... And I got the Carolina Porker after me. Tier. We won't be using that for the most part. Okay, with that, back to the Third Church America, we're gonna go ahead and put it on our weapon. Ashes of War, this one, save. 98 plus 9, and it scales with faith. This is the Fora River Well. This is one of my 2 early game farming points. There's a bunch of Dukist herba down there. You run around on just the first floor, no need to actually fight anything. And you grab all your Dukist. You can get something like just under 200 Dukist herba down there per run with minimal discovery per lap. 200 Dukist herba is roughly 2,000 runes, so it's a decent farming method. Like, it's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty good for what it is. Early game, you just want a couple more levels. Farming Dukist herba works pretty well. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes, so that's 200 to 400 runes a minute. It is by far the slower of the 2 routes. Because the other one can get you almost 3,000 in like a minute, 30 seconds to a minute or so. So it is a little faster to do the other route, but it's just not my preferred method. I missed the dude that sells this one. Always talk to merchants, especially early on, because you don't really need a lot of levels early, so you can afford to buy smithing stones. Early game merchants, as you progress into the game, you're going to need runes to level up. So it's kind of better to stockpile for a while after you reach level like 30. Alright, let's go fight this base. It's a pretty good Ash of War for several different builds. Like an RTSR build. I don't know why they call it the Red Feathered Branch, why they call it RTSR when it's the Red Feathered Branch Sword. But I'm not gonna question it because I haven't played all of the other Dark Souls games. And one of my favorite Elden Ring YouTubers has said that it comes from one of them. So I figure it holds some significance once you've played all the other Souls games. I've been playing entirely too much Nakira Bladepoint. Yeah, let's go talk to Heist again. Nakira Bladepoint is one of the games that I've been pondering if I want to cover on this channel. Because it's kind of a Souls-like-ish. It's an FPS game that, actually I think it might be third person. I don't remember off the top of my head. Point is, this is a PvP combat game that you drop in to squads and you fight. It's tagged with the Souls-like tag, I believe, but that is the case with most FPS games.
Would you like? I see bright. Enter into my service. What say you? Very high new. I shall hold this. I see great thing.
So I may cover it in the future, just a couple rounds in it, in an episode, just so that I can put it out there, see how it goes. Because it could go a lot better than I'm thinking it will. And that would be pretty cool if it did, but I'm kind of doubtful, honestly. Man, just jumped right up.
I am Kenneth Height. Where are my men? Oh, Eltree. Why?
Like I said, it's so much easier to kill him here, and you get a few more runes if you do. So highly recommend that you just kill him there. I'm also not sure what ending I'll be doing, so it'll probably be the neutral one. One of the basic bitch endings. Which is another set of series that I plan to do, is getting every ending in the game. Which will take some looking it up and figuring it out. Kind of hang out here for a little bit, let them kill each other off. Because it's a couple hundred runes if they do. One of them had glowing eyes, so it needed to die. Because that's like 2 or 3 times the runes that it would normally drop. And I like having some on me in case I need to buy something. I don't plan on using too often. But there are several things that I do wish to buy. Head up top and do a little bit more running around. So here there's a couple of items that I want. I always miss. I don't know why I keep trying. Alright. Rest at the grace to get out of aggro.
No names, but let me ask, are you here and does your face despite yeah, takes
They
me
pull
penny
firm.
inches, all I know, now's the time.
We're gonna grab no skill, parry, and yeah, no skill and parry.
Well,
Because I like both of those ashes. Next, we're gonna run over here, and there's a couple items in this camp. There are a lot of enemies though, so don't really want to fight most of them.
hello. Can
We
you
are
hear me?
grabbing the one item. We're gonna
I'm
pop
stuck.
Alexander out of full.
My thanks, just give and I'll pop. Don't dally. Give it your all. Oh, that's well. Aye.
Gives us another meat stick. Then we are going to run down here. We're going to grab this brace. Some smithing stones.
Oh, good morning. Are you here as a
Talk to this guy. More smithing stones.
must apologize. I'm afraid I'm
Could have swore he stole the Great Helm. I want the guild Great Helm for part of my build.
The village here and worse if you back the turn back.
I'm actually suited very well for fighting those who live in death. But we're not after fighting them right now. We are going to get the Green Turtle Talisman. From over here. As that will be our first talisman that we are going to use for a while. Then we are going to go back over to the War Master's shack. We are going to go talk to the lady who gives us our jellyfish. Here just directly. First, we're going to go over here to the graveyard. we'll go up and get the strength knot crystals here. I'm not going to put any time limits on these episodes, by the way. They'll just be however much time I have to play, and I'll make a little bit more progress every episode.
Everyone only to have it, you know.
Because like I said, some may just be one boss because I really struggled with it and then I came through and beat it.
I want to be on nothing but can you take
Others, I'll be like, oh, we have more time because I only fought this one boss really easily and there's a couple things that I want to go around and we could end up just going around and grabbing a bunch of stuff. So episode lengths will vary for sure. Alright, strength knot, now we go back to the Church of Alay and get the Spirit Collar Bell, which we probably won't be using, to be completely honest.
I'd heard tell and upon the talk thou art but the call for. I was entrusted by torrents. 'Tis a bell. Forgive mine intrusion, tarnished.
You
Alright,
can also
Kale.
see not then wine. I am Kale.
Let's
The howl of, I suppose.
ask
Next
about the
time,
howling in the
my friend,
Mistwood.
just have goodbye.
Alright, now we're going to go fight some bosses. We're going to start with the night boss on the bridge here because there's actually an item that I want from there.
Oi! You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
Well, we'll go ahead and talk to Bob.
You will just thank you. I was pushing, I ended up. Oh, when they, and so this is all I hope. Or, I couldn't then not.
Ow! I didn't think he would two-tap me. Oh well. I got the ball, now we're going to go get the item on the bridge and the item beside. Because I don't plan to use this sword forever, I plan to switch to a glaive later on. Alright. Back to the Church of Alay now, there's two bosses that I want to fight. That might take up the last 27 minutes or so of my time for this episode. So we shall see. It probably won't. If it doesn't, then I will put some levels in. Probably Vigor. I really should have made the last wondrous fish. But oh well. Basement's pretty easy. Alright, that's one cave done. Like I said, it probably won't take me 27 minutes to do these two. But since it probably won't, after these two, I will more than likely go and do a little bit more running around, grab some items from the basement's level 1, so that future caves will be a little bit easier to see in, because I know that the tunnels are going to be a bit more well lit, and I know that the catacombs are, but future caves will be pitch black. All except for like one, and it'll have some vague purple and blue. So in order to make it a little easier to see in them, I'll be getting a lantern, as well as I plan to get some more stone sponges. This is one of the by far earliest catacombs in the game. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Alright, just don't touch the flower and you're seeing as most people don't use spirit summons, you can just go back and get that item even in randomizers. One of the mobs remove. So long as you do not touch whatever herba replaces the glove wort. Same with that one, that mob won't bother you unless you touch the glove wort. This will be my first build in a while that I haven't used. Shield. Because normally I just put up my shield on, during that boss fight and I just win. Heal Lake South. We're gonna go into Weeping Peninsula, grab a couple things. Shouldn't take. No, we won't go into Weeping Peninsula this episode. We'll probably do that next one instead. We'll fight this guy. Instead. He shouldn't be too bad. We got a +3 weapon already. Man, I just couldn't read his movements there for a second. Which is something that most Elden Ring players go through a lot. In case if you've never played Elden Ring, it's a pretty much skill-based game. Like, a lot of players will say, oh, just get good, and that holds to an extent. Man, I had a lag spike and just couldn't roll. That's crazy, bro. But, alright, fine, either way. Like, I've even been one that's known to say get good when I'm struggling. Because, legitimately, all you have to do is learn the boss's movesets. Why couldn't I move? Excusez-moi? I did a light attack so that it wouldn't have as much downtime before I could hit again. Or do something else again. Man, that's rough. Wait, Pheno. And that's one of the most powerful weapons in the entire game. Alright. We will call it here, I believe. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it here. That's almost an hour worth of content or so. We'll rest at Aguil Lake South, and then next episode we'll go into the Weeping Peninsula, do a couple things there, and then come back up and fight. So I hope that you all enjoyed watching me play. I know I enjoyed playing. It is always a blast to just play Elden Ring with you guys. So I'll see you all in the next episode. Be safe, live good lives.